The last step I did was get the electronics plates in, one for the ESC, and one for the motor. But before I put the electronics on, I figured I better turn it over and do a little bit of work underneath. I'm gonna grease it up a little bit. Also, I'm going to take apart the shocks and rebuild them. They're very airy and kind of non-functional right now, so I'm going to take steps to adjust that and make them more effective. So before I put the electronics on, I'm going to bust this bottom open. Not completely, but enough to get in there and do what I need to do. Starting with the shocks and any other small maintenance I need to do. This project is getting deeper and deeper. In the last video I was getting ready to take off the wheels and all so I could do the body work underneath before I started putting on the electronics. I took the wheels off and rotated them. A couple of them look like this, where the holes aren't aligned. They're supposed to look like that. So while I was doing that, I discovered that this vehicle has bushings. It's the first time I've seen a bushing in my life, but I know that that's not good, and there's supposed to be a bearing here. So I went ahead and had to buy bearings for them. I got Traxxas bearings, 6x12x4 Traxxas bearings. I had to buy 4 of them. I didn't have to buy them, but I wanted to get rid of these bushings because in all my RCs I've never seen anybody put bushings in. So actually, when you buy this CC01 kit from several retailers, they offer bearings as an option to buy right off the bat. So while I was trying to get the wheel off, the hex hub off, I noticed that the previous owner had glued the pins in. So now I'm trying to remove glue from the inside of the pinhole. I guess maybe the pins were slipping too much for him and he wanted the pins to stay in, but the pins have been CA glued inside, so I had to do a little pulling of that out. I got the pin out, but now I'm trying to get the excess glue off the inside of the chamber. So I'm going to get that off, replace the bearing, and then finally work on the shock. This project's getting deep, but I like it. It's pretty interesting to work on something different. But there's a lot going on here, a lot that I didn't see before I started tearing it apart. So next step is to get these pins and bearings changed, get the bushings out. I've changed the bushings to bearings, all 4 all the way around, and get the hex hubs back on. I also had to buy hex hubs because the truck came with mismatched hex hubs. This is an aluminum upgrade hex hub that doesn't even fit. The wheel doesn't fit on there very well, so I bought replacement hex hubs for that. I felt that was something that needed to happen, so I got that. So yeah, just get the pin hole cleaned out, get the pin back in, get my bearings in, new hex hub in the front, and continue on with rebuilding the shocks.